Let's talk to Simon Calder, because he's, of course, the travel guru to the stars. He's also travel correspondent at The Independent. This is a big weekend, Simon. Very good morning to you, because it's the first proper weekend of the school holidays, right? What's going on?
Well, it's the busiest day of the year so far for Britain's airports. There are flights leaving every 26 seconds on average. 556,000 of us will be exported to beautiful places, mainly in the Mediterranean. There's going to be takeoffs and landings as regularly from one runway at Gatwick as every 65 seconds. So that's going to be exciting. Of course, we're seeing queues at airports. Of course, we're seeing train cancellations getting to Gatwick. But for most people, the big problem is going to be air traffic control, because there's chronic staff shortages across Europe. So if you're going, for instance, to the Greek islands, how lovely, there's a very good chance that your flight will get a slot delay. That's okay if it's the first flight of the morning, because it's typically about half an hour. But after that, they build up during the day. So typically half-hour delay on the first flight. By the time you've got the last flight of the day, people are running kind of 2 hours late. So if you're only an hour late wherever you're going, I'd take that as a win.
Absolutely right. And I'm looking at your Twitter this morning. It says Hull Trains has cancelled 30% of trains serving London today due to a strike by train drivers. I don't know if that's ASLEF train drivers. I guess it would be. And Great Western Railway, which obviously serves destinations in the west of England, is going to cancel some trains on Sunday because of a staff shortage. Interesting that they know there's going to be a staff shortage 2 days in advance.
Well, there's lots of very archaic working arrangements, as we've talked about on the railways and at GWR. Some of the staff have Sundays in their working week. Others, it's purely voluntary overtime. And they've clearly had a look and thought, oh, we don't have enough volunteers, so therefore we're going to have to be cancelling some trains. I think a lot of people would find it quite surprising when the government has vowed to get the railways back on track, that this can happen. There's also probably going to be some problems on cross-country trains. They've been having a pretty miserable time at weekends. So wherever you're going, do check in advance. But it's probably going to be better than the roads. Today is frantic Friday. I'm calling tomorrow slow down Saturday, and then sclerotic Sunday. Saturday looks as though it's going to be the worst, mostly between about 10 in the morning and 5 in the afternoon.
I was hoping to get away from London this afternoon down to Sussex. So are you telling me that I'm going to be stuck in traffic for ages?
Yes, I mean, I would say take the train, but there's a points failure at Haywards Heath, of course. So that might be fixed. By
but I can't take the train because I can't get the dog in the train when I take him to the beach. So that's why I've got a car.
Right.
You know, so you know, I have a car out of necessity. Because, and also I quite like driving. I don't like sitting on a train with loads of other people unless I absolutely have to. I took a train yesterday, which remarkably was on time, clean, very, very good. I was down in Maidstone, went to see James Whale, who's not very well at the moment, who's down there being looked after by some very lovely people in a medical scenario. I took a train from Maidstone East, left on time, got to London Bridge inside of an hour, which was absolutely brilliant.
Well, meanwhile, there were massive delays on the West Coast Main Line. That was actually a trespasser west of Nuneaton who was apparently armed. So they turned up all the power, and trains running up to 3 hours late. But that's I'm afraid that's just one of those awful things.
Are you going away anywhere in the next couple of days, or?
Well, I've got a flight which I'm hoping to hop on at 1:30, heading off to Istanbul.
Oh, very nice.
I'm not actually booked on it, but I'm hoping I can find a workaround.
Oh, so, what, are you hoping for a sort of standby scenario?
Yeah, so I've got a ticket for a later flight, but given that everything's getting later and later and later, I'd rather get on an earlier flight. So I'll let you know how that one goes. Just also the ferries, long delays we saw yesterday at Dover, because of course you've got to go through French passport control, waiting up to an hour there. Today's going to be even busier, as is tomorrow, and basically the boss is saying don't get there early, because it's not like an airport where you've got, I was going to say lovely places, okay places to sit around and drink coffee and go shopping. It's not like that. Dover is just about sending people through onto boats. And if everybody turns up 3 hours early, then suddenly the whole place is going to go into gridlock, which won't be nice for you or the people of Dover or everybody else who's stuck behind you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, listen, all we can do is wish everybody well with whatever travels you're going on. Have a lovely time in Istanbul, and we'll perhaps talk to you on the other side next week. Simon Calder, thank you very much indeed. Travel correspondent from The Independent. He's got such a glamorous job. He's always going somewhere cool.